In order to fully understand the story of any man, you must start with his very beginnings. This approach ensures that at the very least, with one's willful intent, most will understand.
As I start growing up and becoming an adult, I realized my father had a secret. He had Robert.
I do think he has hurt in his story, his own trauma. Doesn't make anything right, but also I understand that there are non-famous hurt people who also hurt.
What if people around him said, you gotta get some therapy. You can't act like this. This would be a real different story.
Every black person that has pulled it up by their bootstraps and made something of themselves, they come up with something negative about them. And that's every one of them. This is bigger than R. Kelly, so if they can break Bill Cosby, they can break R. Kelly, Michael Jackson, he in his grave and they still trying to break him.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how hard is this case? It's a 12.
They're using a lot of money, a lot of resources trying to keep Mr. Kelly behind bars.
In the United States, the wheels turn based on precedent. And unfortunately for Robert, he is the guinea pig when it comes to the Me Too movement.
And Tazaki Shange says, being black and a woman is a metaphysical thing that I haven't figured out yet. And so I'm still trying to figure it out, but it's an obstacle I overcome every day.
The Me Too movement, they were able to tap into something that happened to every woman and empower them to say something about it. In my lifetime, that's a good thing. But what that narrative doesn't speak to is people who are opportunistic.
The criminal justice people, and a lot of other people might feel that he was guilty in 2008 and he got away with it. And because it was I guess a black stain to them, it's more of a, we're gonna find a way to get you now.
I'm a professional female, and the Me Too movement is ruining my life. I think that R. Kelly was able to get away with behavior that was pushed aside because he was famous and he was selling dreams.
It was never her fault. Her music was something she should have stayed in. And when she shared her experience with him, I think that was the key that allowed him to prey on her.
For people to just say that, oh, I was just kidnapped or I was tied up, I couldn't leave, I couldn't do this. It's like, what about the good times? I know there were good times.
Oh my God, it smells like fish grease.
I bet. What would you like to face? Could make you break out.
Well, because I'm a nigger and I'm from the hood, and these are the things we do when they're, in desperate times. Okay, so I'm kind of used to that. You guys are not, and it's okay. It's okay.
If a female don't have a relationship with their father, she's gonna go out and look for a father when it comes to a man in a relationship.
This is nothing about no race war because we are the ones that's fighting each other on this. Now, if we had a couple Caucasian victims, you would see a race war because you know why? He'd be done.
I am pro R. Kelly. I will just wait for the evidence, for the trial to start. And like I said, it really doesn't matter because I'm going to stick behind him regardless.
Okay. Open this up.
Do you believe it? Yes. He has a video of me, he made me do this video actually of me doing a number 2 in a cup and then eating it out of the cup. It's done, it's over. You may not even make it to trial. I'm so sorry for you. I'm sorry. I really did love you. And you lied to me and you used me and you played me.
To this day, people who weren't sitting there and saw it, who say, look, I saw the tape and all that, didn't see the experts testify that those tapes very well were doctored, that those tapes were very well, the people who weren't sitting there and saw it, who say, look, I saw the tape and all that, didn't see the experts testify that those tapes very well were doctored, that those tapes were very well, the pixels were off, and there were moles missing on him that he actually had.
This was an audition. Why wouldn't you trust me? Y'all would think I would put myself in a predicament and not call y'all if something wasn't right.
She's saying you're messing up my chances.
Exactly.
And that's exactly what she said. This is my opportunity. This is my big break.
Tempers eventually cooled, and the Clarys say they actually developed a professional relationship with R. Kelly over the next few months, even pitching various business deals, all of which he rejected. The Clarys say the singer had his own proposal. Let Azriel join him on his tour full-time.
He flew us into Chicago. We sat with him in his studio. We met with him. And he basically told us, I'm starting tour. Basically, y'all need to make a decision.
Azriel had dreams of becoming a singer, according to her parents, who say she dealt with personal struggles, including a suicide attempt following a bad breakup. That was before she met R. Kelly. She eventually gave her parents an ultimatum. She says, if you don't allow me to go, I will try to take my own life again, or I will run away.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to call her bluff on it because I know she just attempted this previously. I'm thinking in my head, she only got 3 more months. She's going to be 18, so she can do what she wants. And she really carry out this. And then now I'm living with regret for the rest of my life.
From the outside looking in, guys, people will still say, you're allowing your 17-year-old daughter, who at the time is underage, to go with R. Kelly. The perception is that he preys on underage girls. Did that give you any kind of pause whatsoever?
That gave me pause. I mean, it gave me awareness, but you talking about a young lady that's raised by 2 parents going
So you're saying you trusted her?
I didn't trust him. What I trusted was I raised my child right. I trust my daughter will be honest with us. And this was strictly her music. R. Kelly had a platform as big as music can ever give somebody. I didn't see the label stop supporting him.
And you told me that you saw him working with other young women.
Yes.
Last week, Kelly blamed Azriel's parents for their own estrangement.
What kind of father, what kind of mother will sell their daughter to a man?
3 months before Azriel turned 18, the Clarys signed a letter giving their consent for her to go on Kelly's tour and stay with a woman named Valerie Denise Payton. Who is Valerie Payton?
It ain't R. Kelly. It's not Robert Kelly.
But does she work with R. Kelly?
She's supposed to work for the label.
How did that come about? Did he ask you? Did he say, look, I got an issue. She's 15. How did that happen?
No, that didn't happen like that at all. And I really can't go too deep into that.
Can you give us a general idea?
Well, I came up with that idea to do that, to assist them. And the ID that I did get for Aaliyah did not have her age on it at all. Robert really didn't have nothing to do with that other than me suggesting it with other people. So
I never said I was perfect. Say I'm abusing these women. What the fuck, that's some absurd shit. They brainwashed, really? Kidnapped, really? Can't eat, really? Real talk, that shit sounds silly.
Kelly are defending him and their relationship with him in the strongest terms. 21-year-old Azriel Clary and 23-year-old Joyce Lynn Savage told us they love Kelly, while their families claim he has brainwashed them.
In an interview you'll see only on CBS this morning, the 2 women told us there is nothing inappropriate about their arrangement with the 52-year-old singer. What is your relationship, both of you, with R. Kelly?
We're with him. That's our relationship.
We're with him. Yeah, that's what it is.
And we're in a relationship with him.
Right.
You just said it.
A very strong relationship as
both
well.
Both of you?
Yes, most definitely.
You know, how do we say this without being inappropriate? Is this a 3-way relationship, or do you each have a separate relationship with him? How does this work?
Well, both
I'm
of
curious.
those. Yeah, we both have our individual relationships with him, and we all are family all together. We have our moments where we sit and watch movies all together. We go to amusement parks all together.
I'm not talking about Azrael going to movies and sitting watching, going to parks. I'm talking about is it a three-way sexual relationship?
Sexually? Well, first of all, I'm not here to talk about my personal life, and I would never share with no one what I do in or outside of the bedroom. And as a woman, I'm sure you would not either.
No, I wouldn't, but
okay then.
No, you're
next
right.
question.
No, you're right. I would not, but this is a very different circumstance.
It's not a different circumstance. There are people all over the world who have multiple girlfriends. It's no different.
Do both of you all believe you're in love with him?
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
Of course.
Should your parents be concerned?
No.
Why?
Well, my parents knew where I have always been for 4 years. They have known. They know that I've been well taken care of.
They never thought you were missing, Azrael. They just were wondering if you were okay.
Well, my parents have actually came to Chicago and seen me a few times. I've talked to them. They stopped answering my calls.
You know what they say? They say that you were brainwashed. I talked to your dad last night. He says, my daughter is brainwashed, and he's very concerned. He said he was here 2 days ago, and you wouldn't even look him in the eye.
Okay, I wouldn't look him in the eye because he's a liar, and he's a manipulative liar.
I'll tell you why they're concerned, Azrael, because they say she's 17. We found text messages that indicated that she was having sex with R. Kelly when she was 17. Is that true?
No, that is a lie. That is a lie. I was not having sex with him at 17.
Why would they want to lie about you, their daughter?
Okay, so when I first met Robert, my parents told me to lie about my age. So when I met him, he thought that I was 18. On top of that, when I was 17, my parents were actually making me, trying to get me to take photos with him, take sexual videos with him, all kinds of stuff.
Wait. Your parents encouraged you to do sexual videos with R. Kelly?
Yes. And they said because if they ever have to blackmail him, what they're trying to do now, they can use it against him, which is exactly what they're doing.
Joycelyn, I see you nodding a lot with what she's saying. Why are you nodding in agreement with what she's saying?
Because everything that she's saying is true. Our parents are basically out here just to get money and
your parents. You're saying the same as saying.
Well, both of our parents. Both of our parents are basically out here. They're trying to get money and scam because they didn't agree on what happened. You know, with music or wherever it could be, and they're just very upset.
This is the first time hearing, to be honest with you, that your parents are trying to get money from R. Kelly.
Okay.
Because your father told a very different story to me last night.
Yeah, he's the manipulative. He's very manipulative, so he's the one you need to watch out for. But my dad.
But this is my advice to you, cause I'm also a parent. Don't push your daughter in my face and tell me that it's okay. Cause your agenda is to get paid and get mad when it don't go your way.